everybody, James Conway here, Pocahontas County Conservation. One thing we're going to be talking about today is tree stand safety. So we're out in the field now. I've got my spot picked out. I've picked the right tree. You know, it's going to be in a good spot. I've got a lot of movement around me. I've done some scouting and I know there's going to be deer here. So first thing, once you get your tree stand hung, now make sure you always have somebody with you when you're hanging your tree stand, because it's not very safe to just be dangling out of a tree before you get your safety stuff set up. Now, one thing that I always do is I always make sure I wear a harness. You notice I've got my harness on. It's up to date. It's not expired. You want to make sure you have a new harness so you can clip in. I also have a safety line dangling down from my tree. So what this allows me to do is I can clip in. You want to make sure you're attached to the tree the whole time, just in case, you know, it gets cold, it gets icy, things get slippery, you might slip and fall and drop something. So you want to make sure you're connected to the tree the whole time. Now what this is a basic prusik knot. So you can see here I can slide this up and down this rope, but if I put tension on it, it'll hold me. So you want to make sure that you've got that loose next to you. And I always like to try and make sure that my stand and my harness and everything is kind of out of my way when I'm climbing up, so that I'm not accidentally going to catch myself with my harness. So I like to hold it off to the side here, and then I'll start making my ascent that way. Another thing too, you always want to stay attached to the tree, make sure you have your harness on, and don't carry anything up with you in your hands. Make sure both hands are free so you can climb up your ladder safely and maintain contact the whole time. Now what I like to do is I like to hang a bow line down so I can attach my bag to it and my bow and pull it up separate, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. Hi everybody, so now I'm up in my tree stand and I've got my harness hooked to the tree so I'm safely secured. So once you get up into your stand, make sure that everything's good. Check all of the ties and straps once you get up here, and before you get up here, do a visual check to make sure that everything is still in okay shape and that no one came by and unhooked your straps or something when you were gone. So I made sure everything's good. I'm ready to hunt now. My stuff is still down on the ground. My bow and my bag are still down on the ground. So what I do is I have them attached to that bow line, and now I'm just going to bring them up nice and slow because I don't want to damage any of my gear. Bring them in, unhook them, and then if you have hooks or somewhere to put your bag, you can go ahead and do that now. I normally have a bow line and a hook set up so that I can set my gear on that. So we're up in the deer stand now. See all the different deer trails and everything in here, and notice how I'm still attached to my harness to the tree here. So I will stand up and I'll show you how I did that. So I'm attached to the tree, not to the stand. In case my stand were to fall away from me or something, I'm always attached to the tree, so I'll be okay and I can get back down from there. Now, you'll notice how I double checked my straps and made sure that everything was tight and secure once I got up here. Now you want to do that every single time that you get into your stand, because you never know if someone else hopped into your stand or changed something, or you just got to double check and make sure every time you come up here. So here's that bowline system that I was talking about earlier. I've got my bag attached to that, so when I'm ready to come down, I can just lower my bag down and then go ahead and climb down from that. Now, when you're up here in your stand, there's a couple things you got to remember. Now, you always want to stay attached to the tree. Even if you get up here and you're like, well, I'm just going to sit here, I don't need my harness attached to me, it's bugging me, it's itching my back or whatever. You just want to make sure that you stay attached to the tree the whole time and keep that harness on. Now, you'll notice here, my tree stand actually has a bar in front of me that's going to hold me in case I were to fall asleep or something and fall forward. This bar will catch me. But you can't rely completely on this bar because it's not super sturdy, and I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if this bar would hold me totally. But, so you want to make sure that you stay alert, try and stay awake when you're in your stand, and you can notice it's really peaceful out here. And if you start to get a nice breeze, sometimes your tree stand might sway a little bit, and it's pretty relaxing. And that's why I love hunting from a tree stand, is because you can really feel like you're a part of the surroundings, and you know, you're really blend into the environment a lot better from a tree stand. And it gives you a whole different perspective on the area around you. So that's just a couple things to think about for tree stand safety. Good luck this season. Hope you guys have a great year. And feel free to submit your pictures of any deer that you get to our Facebook page or email them to me. Thank you very much. Take care.